Hey guys, this is Robert Gertis with CrossFit South Metro. Blatantly stealing an idea from Rudy Nielsen from Outlaw Barbell and taking a look at some of the better lifts from the recent World Championships in Almaty, Kazakhstan for the 2014 Worlds. The first one we're going to take a look at is probably one of my more favorite lifts from the sessions, is Liao Hui's 166 kilo snatch as a 69. This broke the world record, which was 165. I think it had stood for like almost a decade. This allowed Hui to clean and jerk 193 and break his own total world record. His 193 clean and jerk was 5 kilos below his own world record in the clean and jerk, and 7 kilos below his best in competition of 200. So what we're going to do is watch this guy first. All Things Gym did some cool stuff as far as like slow-mo and stuff, and then we'll take a look at it and break it down in the second half. So here we go. Yeah, you know, that's okay. So, all right, so now we get a chance to take a look at this bad boy in some other aspects and some things that we like to look at as far as starting positions and angles and stuff like that. So Hui does almost everything that we talk about on a daily basis in the gym as far as weightlifting goes. So the first pieces that you're going to notice is that as he gets into his starting position, so as he gets into his starting position, he will sit his hips back, okay? And as he sits his hips back, he gets his arms nice and straight, shoulder blades pulled together, and he braces and sets up and kind of moves through that position as the bar comes off the ground. He doesn't do it from a full static position like some of the other Chinese guys do, but he moves through it very, very slightly, okay? But you can see the pieces we always talk about, okay? His hip is parallel to the ground, beautiful. His back angle is tight, and it puts him at a very advantageous position as the bar comes off. His head is very neutral, and his shoulder blades are pulled together. He's got that big open mouthpiece, but you know that's indifferent. He's using, I don't know exactly why they do that, but a lot of people talk about like long arms, whatever, doesn't matter. But his head is very neutral, and his shoulder blades are pulled together, which gives him a very solid lever to pull off of as he comes off the ground. Okay. Once he comes off the ground, that bar is going to come back, all the way to that top of the knee position that we talk about all the frickin' time, okay? His back angle really hasn't changed, okay? Everything's still sitting nice and tight. Shoulder blades and head are still neutral. Shoulder blades are pulled together. At that vertical shin, you can kind of see he's still flat-footed, and you can kind of see it on his right foot, how he's got a lot of pressure on that ball of the foot. He like kind of enters and exits pressure on that heel. Okay, he's still flat-footed, but he's still in an athletic position. Okay. From there, let's talk about bring the bar to your hip. Don't bring your hip to the bar, and that is exactly what Hui's going to do. Granted, this is 166 kilos. This is over twice his body, like over almost 2.5 times his body weight, which is absurd. But as he comes back, he starts bringing his shoulders back, trying to clear his chest from the way of the bar. As he does that, he's going to get pulled forward just a little bit, but even once he clears his chest from the bar, he's got a lot of pressure on his heels, or a lot of pressure on the ball of his foot, but his heels are still very close to the ground. What that allows is he gets behind the bar, and then as he finishes, he's going to take the bar up and get to full extension right about there. And full extension being slightly the misnomer that it is, he has a nice tight body line. He has a little bit of a C-pull. His knees are not completely extended, probably like 98%, something like that. Okay, and his heels and his ankles aren't completely extended, and his heel, you can kind of see it on his left heel as we move forward. It's already pulling back down to the ground. Okay, so right there, as it comes off of his hip, there's full extension, and then the next piece, he starts working his way back down. All of this obviously is happening in less than a second. But his elbows are above the bar as it comes off his hip, and then above the bar, above the bar, above the bar, And even here, as he starts to go down, you can see his wrist has not turned over. At no time does he actually like press into this barbell. All it is a lock. So as he comes back down, he starts entering. Right there he meets the bar, and now he just sits with it. So he sits back, sits back, sits back. Right about there is all the way at the bottom. It's 166 kilos. And the squat that he has is, amazing. Sitting, very shins forward. Hips and heels are 100% in alignment, and he's completely flat-footed. But the biggest, that would be optimal, obviously. But the biggest piece is the relationship from the bar to his head. Okay, his head, he has stuck his head through. The bar is sitting very, very vertical over his shoulder blades, and allowing him to sit and actually recover a lift that is slightly forward. Okay, once that bar is behind his head, he's got it. But as he stands up, sitting with the bar behind his head allows him to walk that thing out just a little bit. Okay, so the pieces are all there. Liao does an amazing job of holding on to what is a phenomenally technical lift from start to finish. So take a look at it one more time in full speed, and then I'll probably call it a day. I mean, he doesn't do a whole lot wrong. Walk it out just a little bit, no big deal. Just broke a world record. I'm pretty awesome. And that is Liao Hui's 166 kilo lift. I'll be doing a couple more of these over the course of the next couple weeks, taking a look at some of the other best in the world. So thanks, guys. Later.